Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragalia Foundry, a fan channel where everything Dragalia Lost can be found. This video is going to be my read-through of the story of Summertime Saviors. We already played through the prologue. If you want to watch that, I will link out to my video on the gameplay of Summertime Saviors. But obviously, to get into the gameplay, we had to play the prologue. So we're just going to finish up the story. I think there are about 4 chapters. I'll read through and react to it. And that'll be today's video. Honestly, this is kind of the highlight of this event for me because this felt like a slog toward the end. Repeating the same maps from past content was not particularly fun for me, and even though it was easier than the Onslaught event to get to all of the rewards in the event, it felt kind of slow considering it was better to solo EX than to do it in co-op because solo costs no stamina or wings, whereas co-op costs 2 wings. So ultimately, it was a lot of grinding to finish out the event, and I'm glad we're moving on to other things in Dragalia Lost after this. Let's go ahead and enjoy the story, though. I am optimistic about it. I like the prologue. I like the characters that are involved. I have a feeling it could be pretty cute. All right. Patia says, "Ha, you never had a chance. Those who pursue violence without reason stand in opposition to the will of heaven. My bow will remove your blight from this beach and make it pristine once more." Gwarg. Taste the justice of heaven. Evil will fall, and this beach will remain free. The losses you've suffered have sapped your will to fight. If you take flight now, we will not pursue you. This ain't over. We want our vacation and we'll do whatever it takes to make it happen. A shame. Even the wildest of beasts knows discretion is the better part of valor. Yeah, but we've got the power of the human spirit and we won't give up at the first sign of a setback. Why must you be so tenacious? Do you truly resent innocent vacationers so? How would you feel if your own leave was interrupted in such a fashion? Leave? Ha! Oh, that's rich. When we joined the army, we thought our hard work would be rewarded in kind. Instead, our commanders just send us on one mission after another, and while the objectives pile up, the time we have to get them done only shrinks. Our task lists all blend into each other and the missions never end. Frankly, we're all miserable, and it's the same story up and down the Empire. You know how it is. Generals do the leading while us grunts do the bleeding. We deserve at least a little happiness. And why exactly are you telling us this? Because we want a vacation. We want it now, and we're not going to be denied. Now stand aside and let us have this. Your pathetic whinging is no excuse for violating the natural order. Patia, it seems we need to. I absolutely understand. I know your pain. You're working so hard. Your leave is in sight. But just before you pack your bags, another urgent mission rears its ugly head. I take it the same things happen to you. Being ready for any contingency is part of a soldier's job. Sometimes things happen and there's no choice to set everything aside and act. But when you pull a miracle out of your hat and complete the mission, your commander only assumes that means he can pile ever more on your plate. That's it, exactly! We work hard so we can buy ourselves a break, but our commander doesn't care because he's got the brass breathing down his own neck. Tyranny is what it is. We may be grunts, but we've still got feelings. Yeah, we've a right to enjoy a nice vacation, same as anyone else. I understand that and I sympathize. Yet, that still does not make it permissible for you to ruin the vacations of others. Well, I mean, yeah, but when you send evil into the world, it returns to you tenfold. Would you not agree with this, Makoto? Such is the natural order. Yeah, but it's still not fair. Then instead of taking your frustrations out on innocent civilians, go back to your commanding officer and plead your case. I'll even go with you if you like. You will? Yes, but in exchange, you must agree to fully withdraw from this beach. Pray forgive me for ruining the mood, but this plan makes precious little sense. Shut it, you weirdo! Us and the lady got an agreement going here. And yet, you have already shattered the tranquility of this beach. There can be no absolution without first addressing the sin. To say nothing of the fact that Patia serves as the leader of the New Alberian army. Do you not fear the consequences of conspiring with your sworn enemies? I suppose I didn't consider that part of it exactly. Indeed, were this a different situation, all of you would likely be meeting each other at the end of a sword. I thought I knew that face. You're from the White Sparrow Corps, the one who up and deserted the Empire. Cor, you're right, she's the vice captain, the one with a spine of pure steel. Arg. Makoto is right. I'm sorry, but I can't in good conscience collaborate with you on this. Now please just leave this beach. It appears we all understand each other. Away with you all then. This is not over. We will have our vacation. Well, this is very unexpected. They're gone, although based on their attitude, I expect we will see them back here on the morrow. Their resentment about being denied a vacation runs deep, and their passion regarding that snub is very real. Their hearts are an open book with a tale of single-minded obsession, not unlike my own heart and its eternal pursuit of Minuichi. Their attack against this beach was an affront to the natural order. Therefore, we may conclude it heaven's will that we ignore the thirst within their hearts. However, if it is heaven's will that I seek to fill the void within my own heart, then it may be so far for them as well. This all boils down to one thing. Vacations are awesome. There must be some way to let them have their dream vacation without disrupting the happiness of everyone else. I suppose I must report back to His Highness about what has transpired here today. I just wish there was something we could actually do. The next morning, that's it! You certainly seem to be in higher spirits than you were yesterday. That's because I figured out a solution that will satisfy everyone. That's great, Patia. What is it? I think it would be faster to show you than explain it, but I'm going to need Makoto to come with me first. His athleticism is going to be required for this little endeavor. If you think your plan might avoid further bloodshed, I am for you. Leave the beach in our hands, Highness, and we will leave the rest in yours. Good luck, you guys, with whatever it is you're doing. I'm so glad Yuden just left out of the loop of this. There's enough stories about Yuden and the main crew of protagonists. I like that the Onslaught event and this event focus on different characters. It feels very fun. It's kind of like a Long Castle story, but that was a very different chronicle than what I was expecting. Obviously some commentary on the nature of labor, of work, unionization, specifically when it comes to the soldiers or the military, I think, but I can't really speak to that as much. Rank and file, hierarchy. This is pretty deep stuff, so let's continue with the next segment. Uh-oh. Get 'em, boys! We will have our vacation! I see you vacation-thirsty beasts have returned, but wait just a moment. Ha! We don't have to listen to you. We're enemies, remember? You'd be wise to listen all the same. Do it precisely because we are foes. Because you thirst deep for recreation. If you want the beach, live the beach. Battles at the beach are fought not with weapons, but with sport. That is the true spirit of the shoreline. Latham Beach exists for recreation, and any who would turn up their noses at beach sports are wholly unfit to hold it. Throw away your weapons and throw down with us instead. Show us your might as you cavort across the sand. If that's a challenge, we accept. I'd not expected so immediate an assent. Then let's begin with a little beach volleyball. Deathmatch style, anything goes. First team to 3 points wins. Are these terms acceptable? Hoorah! Then I'll take first serve. Let's raise a ruckus. Right arm. The sound effects are great. Point and match. It seems the Imperial team has won the day. Yeah! But how? How could I possibly have lost at my own game? Don't beat yourself up, lady. We had a whole team playing against just you. Ain't no way you're beating those odds. A fair point, but worry not, my friend. The next event is Groovy Groove Surfing, and I do not intend to lose. Sorry, did you just say Groovy Groove Surfing? It is a means of competition I discovered while searching the worlds for Minuichi. One wins by finding so groovy a groove that they control the waves themselves. So, it's just the surfing competition then. You should have said so. We're all a bunch of Zimzala board freaks, so this'll be easy. I have zero idea what is happening here, so I'll just leave it to you. Good luck. Begin. Blah! There's a giant tidal wave coming at us out of nowhere! My battle began the moment I took surfboard in hand. I fear nothing, for I am one with the sea. Woo, I'm grooving in my groove now. We just gotta maintain the momentum from when we beat that lady, and we'll totally rule this beach. Blarg! Okay, now this wave is just toying with me. Finding a groovier groove than one who has attained revelation is no easy task. Fine, you win. That means we're tied, but that only makes my fire burn brighter. So we'll lock up the win with beach flags. And then some watermelon splitting. And then a muscle flex off. And then a no-holds-barred sandcastle build stravaganza. Keep shouting those requests, guys. Oh, and don't worry, we'll make sure to kick your butts in every last one. Too tired to move. We've been at this all day. Even I'm feeling a bit winded. Yeah, but I'm tired in a good way. I'll never forget this day, that's for sure. It was a good time. Yeah, it's almost like I got rid of this huge weight that was holding me down. We won some and we lost some, but I don't even care about that anymore. Yeah, I feel like this whole thing has really opened my eyes. That whole storm the beach thing seems like a pretty stupid idea in retrospect. Thanks for this, lady. We owe you. Well, I guess it's back to work for us. We'll restart the search fresh tomorrow. Well, looks like we saved the beach, and by making a competition out of it, there were no hard feelings in the end. I couldn't have done it without you, Makoto. Thank you. I merely did as heaven bade me, but... That soldier mentioned resuming a search. Perhaps they seek cats as part of an ecological survey of this island. If so, I would hope to join them. The Empire has no truck with cats, Makoto. If they're looking for something, it is because they seek a military benefit. So they're searching this area and appear to be under strict orders to keep looking until it's found. They were careful not to reveal the details, but that does indeed seem to be the case. Does this not seem odd to you? Latham is a tourist destination. What could they be looking for? There are no relics with potential military uses and barely any resources they could mine to make weapons. All it has to offer is white sand and good vibes. And the cats all strut about freely. This is a good place, and I do not see your problem with it. I don't have a problem with it, Makoto. I merely think it's odd that the Empire would be searching a place like this. What could they possibly be looking for? I know not. However, if you fear the tranquility of this place may be broken once again, then there may yet be more that I must do to restore the balance of nature here. Okay, a little spat, a little misunderstanding seems like. I don't know why Makoto doesn't understand Patia's commentary about there being more to this locale. Also, we haven't seen Valix yet, who appeared in the event, but has not made an appearance in the story. It would be a shame if he's the one working these poor Imperial soldiers so hard to the point that they have to commandeer a beach just to take a vacation. In any case, fun stuff so far, so let's continue past getting groovy to episode 3. After a day spent competing with the Imperial soldiers who attacked the beach in search of a much-needed vacation, Patia and Makoto considered their defense a rousing success. But they soon began to suspect the soldiers were engaged in a nefarious business. Perhaps the beach is not as safe as they once thought. So, we left guarding the beach to His Highness and followed the soldiers' tracks here, but this is where they end. Do you think they sussed out our trail? Blast, if we don't find a way to put a stop to those scoundrels, I fear something terrible is going to happen. If you wish to continue your pursuit, let us seek a sign. And how will we do that exactly? We merely enter a meditative state and become one with nature. Okay, my eyes are shut. Now what? Now you must isolate any disturbances in the natural order. You could be a little more clear. Once you find such a disturbance, nature will simply tell you the rest. Ah yes, they went that way. This seems like something where you need to achieve enlightenment before it works. How did you learn to do it? I meditated for 3 years at the roots of an 800-year-old ash tree until I attained divine revelation. This ability arrived naturally during that time. Oh, is that all? Sheesh. Enough. It is time to turn our attentions away from our own conversation and toward that of our foes. This is the only spot we haven't checked for the beast, so I sure hope it's here. Me too. We've knocked every single other optional objective off the stupid list, and I'm ready for this to be over. Right, talk about your plans in the rear. All right, Master of the Sea, get out here so we can go home already. What do you think this dragon will be like? I mean, considering that it can grant dominion over an area that stretches as far as the eye can see. I'm not familiar with the Master of the Sea. From what I can gather, it seems to be the guardian dragon of these parts. The whole granting dominion bit strikes me as a bit overdramatic. Powerful dragons aren't usually in the business of helping random humans. Is this thing even real? It is, though it may not be as powerful as normal at the moment, since it is most likely wounded. How could you possibly know that? Because we fought earlier. What? Before I washed up here, I was locked in a battle to the death with a being of incredible power. I believe that creature was the Master of the Sea. The thing that smashed your surfboard? I recall the beast saying something about granting the power to realize my wish. But I wanted to achieve this wish by my own hand and so refused. Let us just say the beast did not take my rejection kindly. Had I known what was going to transpire, I might have been better to accept its power, to help in my search for Minuichi. I wouldn't be so sure the power it was offering is useful for finding cats, but please go on. Even for one such as I who has attained enlightenment, the beast proved a mighty foe. Those Imperial soldiers will be no match for it. Whatever the Empire's intentions, it is dangerous to allow them to make contact with such a being. You may be right, but at this point, we don't even know if they're going to find it. For now, we should probably just hold back and keep our eyes open. So this dragon nests in that cave, yeah? That's what the latest intel claims. I sure hope it's right, since we spent our whole summer looking for the thing. Then let's go in there, talk to it, and be done with this thing already. My thoughts exactly. Forward, men! Oh. Who dares disturb my slumber? Master of the Sea. It looks like Leviathan, but they often use dragon portraits just to portray like generic dragons. So unless they name it as Leviathan, it's probably not. Holy crap, it's the Master of the Sea! It appears they have found it. This is no time for your deadpan observations. We have to stop them. Grant us our wish, O Master of the Sea. Give us the power to dominate the ocean. Oh, and if you don't grant us the power, we'll just take it from you. Okay, hold it right. Very well. Oh, that was the Master of the Sea? As I find your true wish quite interesting, I shall grant you my power. However, I am in an extraordinarily foul mood at the moment, so until I am satisfied, you will fulfill your dream by dancing forever on the beach you yearn for so deeply. Wait, what? Oh no. They vanished! Did you understand any of that, Makoto? The dragon said something about a beach, right? I imagine it was a result of the true wish that was mentioned. It seems dominion over the sea was not actually what these soldiers desired above all else. Of course, their bosses want dominion, but they just want a vacation. Yes, and as the dragon was feeling surly, it sent the soldiers to vacation on a beach until the cold hand of death claims them. I did not imagine that is the sort of vacation the soldiers had in mind. Your capacity for understatement is positively breathtaking. The dragon said it would make them dance forever, but there's only so much a body can take. Plus, this is going to completely ruin the beach we fought so hard to protect. It is fortunate we are here, for this may not be the outcome heaven desires. Then let's hurry back to Latham Beach and fight to save everyone's vacation. Okay, so Leviathan / Master of the Sea made an appearance. Kind of cute. Really not understanding what Valix is going to have to do with this. Also, the defensive battles not having beach activities, it just stings even more knowing this is the story. None of these battles took place in the plains of Grastia. This was all on the beach, or in this chapter, in the woods, kind of approaching this Master of the Sea in a cave. So it hurts me that the actual gameplay does not match the story whatsoever. If Valix isn't even in this final chapter, that would just be ridiculous to me. Like, so preposterous that Valix just randomly shows up in this content, as opposed to, let's say, Leviathan, who, even if they're just using his portrait as a generic character, I mean, at least it would be better to have him than Valix, so we better see Valix in this segment, but it's still a cute story, I guess. Blue seas, white sands. Huh, maybe everything is okay after... Wahaha! Dance, you fools, dance! Frolic until my fury is sated. Eep, please forgive us. Somebody help! Or nothing is okay. This is the very portrait of pandemonium. What are we to do? You're asking me? Well, we know force isn't an option since you couldn't defeat it before. But how else are you supposed to stop a creature called the Master of the Sea? Ah, geez, this is a real mess. Guess I gotta try that trick to appease the Master of the Sea my granny used to talk about. Hold, friend, say that again. The part about the trick, I mean. Yeah, who are you? Guardians of the Beach. Very important. Now cease your stammering and teach us how to appease the Master of the Sea. Right, okay, so my granny used to live here a long time ago and she told us about this local legend. She said the Master of the Sea was easily angered and the only way to appease him was to surf a great wave and pull off a bunch of fancy tricks for his amusement. A dubious story, but as we lack further options, I suppose it cannot hurt to try. I've heard worse plans. Okay, Makoto, you ride the wave while I do volleyball tricks. Sound good? Great, let's go! Hey, Master of the Sea! Pray feast your eyes upon this impressive display of our greatest talents. Alright, that's cute. What the? That dude is riding a wave while throwing some lady in the air! I have attained divine revelation. I am now both man and wave. I will ride that torrent to bring amusement enough to soothe even your turbulent soul. And I will be handling the fancy tricks. Show me the way into that dragon's heart. Mirage Ball! I know this is just people hitting a ball and riding a wave, but it's so beautiful! I can't imagine how anyone could be unmoved by such a spectacle. Oh, come on. It hasn't even noticed. Was the legend wrong? The path of reason is at its end. We've no choice but to wager our lives and resort to the force of arms. Wait, no! Don't do that! I can't believe I'm the one saying this, but I don't think violence is the answer. Heck, we humans are the ones who anchored it in the first place. Yeah, this beach is supposed to be a place for everyone to enjoy themselves. Ain't that what you taught us? The Master of the Sea just wants to be happy. That's why it told us to dance, so it could be entertained. Of course. Okay, right. Let's try again. With all of us together this time. That should be enough to reach it. Hey, Master of the Sea! Check how hard we're grooving on these sick waves, bruh! There's so much love and peace and stone-cold groovy vibes on this beach. I've never had so much fun. The humans are positively shimmering with joy. By Minuichi, it is working! Love really can save the world, dudes! Woo! Party on! So if we just keep putting out good vibes, the Master of the Sea will be appeased. Perhaps, but it is possible that simply enjoying ourselves will not be enough. What makes you say that? You yourself question why a dragon would grant humans power, yes? I can sense from the flow of energy emitted by the beast that it is dragon who is compelled to seek enjoyment. It grants humans power to please them, that it might share in their delight. And this beach would be the perfect place for that, because everyone is enjoying their vacations together, no matter their races or previous allegiances. Then it's settled. Everyone, I hereby order you to enjoy this beach. We'll have so much fun that even the Master of the Sea can't help but get swept up in it. The fate of this beach depends on you, so get out there and look alive. Ma'am, yes ma'am, but if we're going to have as much fun as possible, we need an extreme sandcastle building spectacular. And then we're splitting watermelons with acrobatic somersaults. Oh, we're barely getting started. Behold my beautiful beach bod. Mesmerizing, isn't it? Let's get those beach flags set up. I'm ready to run like the wind. Oh, what great fun. This is exactly what I wanted. Keep going, everyone. Dig deep and show me your most intense merriment. You too, Makoto. Hear me, soldiers of the Imperial Army. I, who have attained divine revelation, will lead you in becoming one with the greatest of waves. Best vacation ever! But this is delightful. I cannot remember the last time I enjoyed myself so. Even my wounds are healing from my duel with the surfing warrior. I am satisfied, humans. I wish you all well. Sweet cheese. Granny was right. So we won? We saved the beach? We saved everyone's vacations? The natural order was once in disarray, but no more. The beach is saved. And we made contact with the Master of the Sea, which means our work is finally done. Mission accomplished. We're free and clear. Now we can enjoy a real vacation without anything hanging over us. Aw, you guys. I'm so happy for you. Vacation at last. Vacation forever. You all deserve this. Oh, you lot. Are all the soldiers deployed to Latham Beach present and accounted for? Commander, what are you doing here, sir? I have an urgent mission for all of you. You are to track down codename Esmeralda, who has fled Latham Beach. Whoa, okay. Well, this is the last chapter of the story, so this has to be foreshadowing. We cannot ignore the atrocities Esmeralda has committed. Now, all of you, follow me. But sir, we only just completed our previous mission. What mission? Cavorting on the beach with a nary push-up in sight? Bah! Consider your leave cancelled, soldier. Eep. Now get moving before I have you thrown in the stockade. Aww. Well, that's a rather lousy ending. What heaven knows, the earth knows, and what the earth knows, Makoto knows. Our behavior is always being watched, and this is the result. What are you saying? This all began with them trying to steal the vacations of others. Now the natural order has deemed fit to return the favor. Karma is a wheel, and has ever been so. Huh. I guess evil deeds don't pay. Few things elude the gaze of heaven. Both your actions and those of the soldiers have surely not escaped its notice. One day on some distant beach, we'll meet them again, and the natural order will shift once more. I'd like that. And on that thought, we should probably be getting back to His Highness. I will accompany you so long as heaven wills it. After all, our vacation has only begun. Alright, cute little story, codename Esmeralda. Little tease of what's to come. I totally think there's going to be another new summer event. We have a rerun coming up tomorrow of last year's raid event, A Splash of Adventure. We're getting the banner back for that with some mana spirals. There's a new story interlude, chapter 14 interlude, happening tomorrow. We're going to get some void battles later on in the week that are new, including the Luminous Chimera. So there's some things happening in Dragalia this week. I don't think there will be another summer event this month, but I do think maybe at the very end or start of next month, before they rerun Crescendo of Courage, which was last year's facility event and kind of like part 2 of what happens with Siren, I think this could also have a part 2 involving codename Esmeralda. Anyway, I'm glad to be done with this event. Story was cute. It didn't really deliver on the heavy themes that it began with in terms of, fair compensation, vacation, work-life balance, and so on. But it's about what I expected. It was okay. I still have no idea why Valak showed up, and that's kind of a big disappointment. Like, it makes no sense. The gameplay has no connection to the story at all. But then again, the Onslaught event, the dragon transformation, really had no connection to what was happening with Linnea and Nadine either, so I guess it is what it is. But yeah, it was a cute enough story. 2 characters I liked. I'm glad I picked up Summer Patia. It means that Summer Makoto will likely be my dream summon target whenever one of those comes up. But that is going to do it for this video, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed this event like I did, or at least enjoyed the story or found something to get out of it. With it only lasting a week, at least we could get back to Dragalia as usual. But that is going to do it for today. So thank you as always for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time.